Hey everybody, it's Michael Cooper. How's it going? I'm going to go ahead and do this week's read through, starting at I think poem. What the hell is it? 15. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and read through poem 15. But before I do that, starting right around poem, I want to say 21. I started using a new camera thanks to Tara's mom, Lori Losh Babcock. She let me have her old camera, which is amazing, and super excited about that and the new abilities it's given me. So special thanks to her. She's a wonderful photographer in person in her own right. So super excited to kind of have some new technology going on here. Well, new for me. Anyways, so good stuff. Hope everybody's doing great. And here's the read through. Our red-eyed twin glares above these ley lines, all these reaching hands, all these scapular oaths we hang around our necks, every commute to form of decay, after image, Cyclops this last moment seen, felt too late her rigging sings danger you will love. Looking into the Gemini space capsule, who will you find to love you? The shortest way to travel between 2 points is to find your singularity. I have the gift of going nowhere fast. If each of us is nested inside the other, if we are the womb of root and branch and safety glass, altimeter, artificial horizon, attitude indicator, if we are zero altitude, zero airspace, ejection seats, then what courage it takes to stay shot into space or left behind here on the ground. What love to learn, to disarm these frontal lobes so that when the enemy erodes, we find ourselves lost as sons and daughters. Pull the coiled black and yellow D-ring to escape the cabin fire. Pull down the mask at last, mother, father, oxygen hose trailing life into the hard vacuum of hospital beds as the explosive bolts let loose. Jettison us into some new free space. We learn to hug ourselves, each other, nested in our branches, our roots, womb of all one being. Womb of all being. Like these clouds, we want to take the world inside of ourselves, the gutter, an image reflected by us, in the way silt and oil are deposited on the edge of the drying, deterritorialized spaces that they discolor as rainwater evaporates. This hurts. In the way that we would rather capture the image of the sun than to be here to feel it. Poet, feel it here. This is my underbelly, and this my cowling. Underneath it, the big mouth, centrifugal compressor, forcing air into gas-lung awe, the agony of moving all these bodies. From the cemetery of one metropolis to another, through the cataract of the sky, all these dancers. The long azure ribbons, stater veins, the twirling black and white nose cone, the coiled flowers of it twisting her hair, laid out in pleats of layover dream. These idle turbans were meant to bring us closer together. I want to move you. I want to move you, surf of red blazers and airfare, but you've mounted me here, outside the Dead Aerospace Museum. into dead air. This throughput titanium river, we feed this, is necessary. Sow the nails into the earth, all our wheelbarrows overturned and spray painted under the swell of her belly from the soil. Come, hornet, no longer metaphor, its strakes cut the collapsed space of burnt air, the lanyard of ID badge, ID badges, the lanyard of ID badges, unguided noose the nails we planted grow, a feast of thumbs up sprouting imbeciles, each growling sidewander contract seeks a source of heat, like a snake we throughput from mouth to vent tailpipe, we leap from the rail, we spiral perfect out from the carapace security of ammonite shells, a contiguous contrail, exhaust plume, a stolen plum that leaks from each of our distant smiles. Rave on, plainclothesmen. Leak plum from every this is necessary river. Don't you ever grow tired of mind your own laundry line, mind your own voice. All this caterwauling, what's it? All that river, all that red curb enthusiasm, all this exclusion. Thou shalt not river. Thou shalt not pour mercury and trace heavy elements down my throat. River, laundry line. Congratulations. You guessed correctly. I'm a palm tree, a laundry line. No, this palm is not, and no other palm is, a tree, and in it is a grocery list. Every frond I wave belches pork-skinned instructions on how to pant, how to bell. Lay your head on my tracks. Who would have guessed we'd be so close under the gaze of our gallows? Now that you recognize me, machined chin bone, for who I am, strung out, grasses among grasses. Low grasses. No guessing is needed here. We are poet. Standard issue. One per household. We are probably disconnected. One of 1,000, which belong in a museum made of thick paperback. We are everything we have ever used and set aside still lies somewhere. We are after image, responsible for 10,000 unbroadcasted channels, each of us a thin reservoir of skin ruptured by lens light like a plum squeezed in a fist. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the poems and are inspired to write your own, and just pumped up about poetry and art and photography and all things good in your life. Love your families, hold everyone close. It's a rough world out there. Be good to each other.